Heck yeah.
There you go.
Robert Kurtzman, we are in your private screening room.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what happens in this room that we can hear.
Well, in this room, other than my kids watching horror films and bringing their kids, friends in to watch Walking Dead, this is my edit room. This is where, when I do a film and I can talk them into letting me cut the movie back here instead of L.A., I cut the film here. And we have a couple Final Cut Pro edit systems in the back, and this is the creative suite, basically. So
very nice, very nice. So we just spoke with Robert Englund, and he mentioned something about fear clinics. So
fear clinic, yes. Well, we haven't started yet because I haven't seen a script, but yeah, they're shooting in Ohio, and we're going to be working with Robert and Kane Hodder and those guys on the film. So
is that no teasers for us?
Nothing, because I haven't seen the script. I'm not officially on, other than the fact that we've been talking to them, and most likely, we'll be doing something on the film. So
excellent. So tell us about your Kurtzman Institute of Art. What happens here?
It's a special makeup effects program. We have, we teach prosthetics and animal replicas and human replicas, human and body replicas, as well as animatronics, a little of everything that you kind of need to know to work in the industry,
Okay.
effects industry.
All right, so as a student, what kind of a curriculum would I be looking at? If I came to your institute, what would be day one?
Day one, you come in, it's kind of an orientation thing, but you usually do hand casts, learn how to work with alginate or, that kind of thing, basic stuff. And then it's 3 16-week semesters. So we have everything from, we have everything from, basic 2D makeups, and then we get into 3D, application of prosthetics and out-of-the-kit construction makeups. We do multi-piece breakdown makeups, full body casting, nude body casting, all of that kind of stuff. So animatronics, all of it. As you go through, you kind of get more complex with things, but
okay.
We start out kind of basic.
When your students graduate, how do you know that they are ready to go out and do their thing? Well,
it's hard because you don't always know. Students really have to want to do this. They have to have drive. To be honest, there is a difference between my generation and the new generation.
So the difference between the younger generation and our generation, because it's now our generation.
Work ethic, drive, and I hate to say it, but I'll have to say it, but sense of entitlement. So, and it's not, it's a lot of the younger generation, they think everything happens overnight without any hard work. And what we try to do is say, look, you got to work, you got to want to do this, you got to put the extra effort in. You have to want to do it. And we give them the opportunity here to work on movies, actual projects that we're doing here, and to get film credits. And the hardest thing is to try to explain, look, this weekend, come in, learn some different things this weekend because we're working on this film project. And the one thing that tortures me more than anything is that's my time, I want to go home, play video games, da-da-da-da-da-da. So driving that home, trying to get them to change. When they get into the workforce, it's a completely different thing, once they get in the real world, and they're trying to make a living, and those things aren't that important, you want to, we all just work 24/7. It doesn't matter what it takes. We do it. I've been doing that since I started. We were working at John Beekler's and, on Charlie Band movies, and we were working 24-hour days, and getting paid $100 a week, now it's like, you know, you really got to try to drive that home, and we try, and you know, hopefully it'll get through their noggins.
You mentioned some of the projects that you had worked on. So what to some of our readers or viewers that may not be familiar with your work, what movies can we appreciate your work in?
From Dusk Till Dawn, Misery, Dancing with Wolves. I don't know. I've worked on Leatherface movies, Nightmare on Elm Street films. What else? Almost all the franchises out there I've done something on. Halloween films.
So out of your repertoire of just iconic movies, which one was the most challenging?
Challenging. How about challenging and favorite?
Okay, challenging and favorite.
The Army of Darkness, Evil Dead
Okay.
2, kind of the favorite experiences. Challenging, I don't know. They're all challenging in some way. But, I mean, low-budget movies are challenging because you're dealing with budgets and no schedule and, you know, trying to make something cool. So, like, movies like Bride of Reanimator or, you know, even Wishmaster, you know, we had short schedule, but we had tons of effects, and Army of Darkness, huge amount of stuff, and short schedule and no money, and so those are the most fun, actually, when, you know,
Is it
after
because
you've
you have to
done
get
it,
real
so,
creative with it?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We also have to, you know, pull off a ton of stuff fast and work, depending on the filmmaker. Working with somebody like Sam, you know, he wants to be very flexible, so, you know, we're always kind of pulling stuff out of our asses, and you know, he'll come up with a shot and like, what do you got? What can we do with that? You know, and we're like, okay, well, luckily we got something we can shove a stick up its ass and make this shot work.
What kind of excites you about directing? Maybe more. What interests you in that more than say the effects side? What's the draw to that?
On the directing side, I think I get excited about working with like a whole bunch of creative people, you know. About the creative process, and you know, filmmaking is a collaborative process. So it's I like to work with DPs and, you know, storyboard artists and effects artists, visual effects artists, everything, props guys, all of it. So I think that's, and the actors. It's just the whole thing overall is a fun process. So.
When you're making a film, though, because it's not all fun and games.
No.
Honestly, people have the total misconception, as you were.
Oh yeah, they think it's all like woo, glamour, yeah. They don't realize it's hard work and
So-
unbelievable stressful work. So
Extremely stressful.
Yeah.
That being said, what's the aspect you enjoy most? Being on set, editing it, going to the premiere. What's your favorite part?
not the premiere. Usually, the first screening, I usually want to puke. Shooting it, I think, is the most fun I have. The edit room, I enjoy, but it becomes very torturous in some aspects, depending on where you're being pushed. There's studio involvement. There's, you know, other people involved at that point. During the shoot, I think is the most enjoyable part, but then, you know, and then every time I've cut the film and done the first screening, I almost want to throw up afterwards. So, and people don't understand that. They're like, oh, it must be great. No, it's like you sit at the first screening and it's just dead because it's not finished. Nothing's polished. The executives are sitting behind your back and, you know, going, what the hell, you know, and you drive home and like got to pull off the road and throw up. So, but that's, you know, par for the course. I'm used to it now. So it's like after Wishmaster, I was like, oh my God, my first studio picture, and, you know, all this is going down. I got people giving suggestions every 5 minutes, but now I'm kind of used to it, so it doesn't matter.
And you get to come home to just a bunch of puppet ass.
Puppet ass, yep.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Army of Darkness 2? You excited?
I have no clue. I want to be involved with it, so we'll see. I'm sure K&B will probably be on it, but who knows? And if so, I think I have to go out and do something on it.
I think you should
You know,
too.
beg to do something on it. So, yeah.
Well, appreciate your time. Thank you,
Oh,
Robert.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
Thanks.